This is a statement, first off, just like the school walkout, the 14th of this month. It's just to display everything that we are not just a presence on Twitter. We're not just some social media fad. We're not like Tide Pods. We're trying to push this idea that we have a voice, that people can speak out, and that voice should be heard. And the more and more that it falls on deaf ears, the more we're just going to switch them out.
At every march there's going to be voter registrations booths. It's just to make sure that, we're pushing the message of now is the time for action, but also November is going to be the time for action, and it's the time to make our voice heard when we're voting. It just shows that the youth are tired of being the generation where we're locked in closets and waiting for police to come in case of a shooter. And we're sick and tired of having to live with this normalcy of turning on the news and watching a mass shooting. The youth vote is going to be the most important thing in the upcoming election. And by us, who are the ages that are coming up to vote, and we are the age of people that don't vote normally, we're going to change that, and we're going to make sure that, we show that the high schoolers and the college students are sick of this normalcy and this environment that we live in.
We're not trying to push a Democrat into office. We're not trying to push a Republican into office. We're just trying to make sure that morally just people are running this country, and those with their ears open and their minds open are listening to the American people, to the people that put them in that position.
The politicians are supposed to work for us, yet they aren't really doing that, because 97% of people support universal background checks and expensive background checks. So why is that not in law if 97% of Americans who our politicians are supposed to be working for believe in that and think that it should be made into law?
We're learning so much about the real world and how things work, and the more and more we learn, the more and more we just become disgusted at the way the world is being run. And that eventually we've been saying that there will be a president, there will be leaders from our generation, and we're here to say that we are here now and we're coming for you. We need to show that we have this voice, that we can use this voice, and if nothing's going to change now, it's going to change long and hard in a few years. They like to believe we're puppets. They like to believe that we're being controlled by somebody else because they don't want to believe that human beings have a decent right to be good. They don't want to believe that human beings have this power, because if they have this power, then they might not need a gun.
And it's not just that we're human beings, it's because we're kids. And I think they're afraid that, one day we're going to be the adults, and they don't know what that world is going to be like, but we do, and we believe it's going to be a better and a more just world than the one we live in now. Obviously, we're going to get hate because this is one of the most polarizing, if not the most polarizing issue in this country. And there's always going to be two sides. There's never going to be one side. It's always going to be a two-side issue. We're just trying to make sure that it's not a two-party issue. We're trying to make sure that this is about life or death. It's not about Democrat or Republican.